begin tonight with a clarification from Budget and Management Secretary Abando on the so-called block grant to the MILF. Secretary Abando says, contrary to reports, it is not a loaded priority development assistance fund. The details from Freddie Abando.
The funding for the proposed Bangsamoro entity is similar to the current budgetary process being implemented by the autonomous region of Muslim Mindanao. Budget Secretary Abando dismissed reports the so-called block grant is a loaded priority development assistance fund for the Moro Islamic Liberation Front.
There's a lot of misconception, talking about the block grant as pork barrel. That is so unfair. First of all, the block grant as provided in the BBL, if they have read the BBL, it's just a portion. It's about, I think for 2015, that's about 25.2 billion, which is going to be given now. And in the next year, it will go up to about almost 27 billion. But that is what the arm presently is getting. They're getting that. In fact, this administration has been more generous than in the past because the administration wants to build confidence in the peace process, that we are serious about helping you. If you leave them to where they are, you are just going to make them more vulnerable to agitation because there is negligence, there is injustice. So it's just government trying to help a region that's been neglected for so long. So the furor over 75 billion in the first place is misplaced because there's a poor understanding of what 75 billion is all about.
Abando disclosed the funding projection for 2015 amounts to 70 billion pesos. It's 5 billion pesos short of what has been reported in the news. 25.2 billion pesos is the annual block grant. This will cover personal services, MOOE, and capital outlays. Internal revenue allotment of 19.9 billion. NGA is allocated 12.6 billion. There is a special development fund of 7 billion, transition fund of 1 billion pesos. 1.7 billion pesos will be sourced for the 100% national internal revenue tax. 2 billion pesos will cover the normalization fund. The grand total is 70 billion pesos. The 5 provinces of the proposed Bangsamoro entity, cities, municipalities, and barangay will receive their just share from the internal revenue allotment. The formula adopted is based on what is being implemented for all local governments nationwide. It is provided for in the local government code.
So the block grant is really a continuation of what the arm has been getting. Now, on top of that, of course, you have the ERA that the LGUs are getting because of the local government code. And then they have, they collect taxes as provided under the existing Organic Act, which is about 2 billion a year. And then we gave them 10 billion to fix all the roads. If you go to ARM, and you try to measure, the percentage of roads paved over total roads, it's one of the lowest, And so what we can't understand is why is there so much controversy about an effort of government to make up for its negligence over this region over so many years. This is the region with the highest poverty incidence, with the highest maternal and child mortality rate, with the lowest educational attainment, with the lowest length of time that people survive. We have to make up for that. And with or without the peace process, it's still part of the Philippines. So we have to come in and help them.
The funding projection shows that like all other regions in the country, the amounts will maintain a growth trajectory from 2015 to 2020. By 2020, it will reach 111.4 billion pesos. The block grant will hit 48.7 billion. Abando stressed the funds to be invested for the proposed Bangsamoro entity will ensure that decades of neglect for the region will be reversed and address the root causes of the Muslim rebellion. With the dawn of peace, Abad said the proposed Bangsamoro entity will eventually develop to overcome its extreme poverty brought about by 4 decades of war that has cost so much lives and lost opportunities for our Muslim brothers and even the country.
40 years of warfare has not done the country good. 27 years of negotiations has been on and off, and finally we are here. And so there is a good chance that we can end this whole thing and begin the process of developing the region. And if Mindanao, as the President said, is no longer the land of promise, it is now the future, And many of the regions of Mindanao are in a position to continue to grow by leaps and bounds. And if peace reigns in the Bangsamoro region, I think that will even further accelerate the development and growth of the region, especially that part of the Philippines.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.